I finally bought some lisianthus. If you've been following along, you will know I have tried for years to grow these and they just take so long. And I think what happens is it gets to like month 3 or 4 and I just get so tired of it and sick of it. And I know it's a patience thing, but look at this beautiful tray. And I've got another one coming. So this one is the Corelli 2. It's a white. And then I've got a lavender one coming. And this was, I think, a type... Is this a type 2? I don't know if it says on there. Yeah, type 2. And I think the other one is a type 3. So I'm hoping to stagger it a little bit. They're tiny. Like, look how small these trays are. I am planning on planting these out today. Just get them in the ground. But look at this. They're like the tiniest little things. I'm really excited. I'm excited to just get these in the ground. They're really expensive. I think for the 2 trays it's around the $300 mark. I can't quite remember. I can let you know that at a later date when I get the invoice, but yeah, I'm excited. And the other thing is, you saw me unhooking the trailer before. I've got a massive load of old fence palings, old treated pine fence palings, which I'm going to use for one of the sections of the garden this year. So we're going to get the fencing up and then I'll have a section of like a nice timber fence. It's very rustic. It's a bit worn out, but it'll be nice. So things are happening. But today I've just got to do a whole heap of different things on the farm and just sort of catch up on stuff, get some seeds in and do some tidy up. So we're going to get into it. It's going to be a very eclectic day today. I'm so excited. Let's go plant these. They're all in, well, maybe 250 of them, maybe 260. So there's 288 in that tray. I didn't put them all in. Some of them didn't look, they looked a bit wishy-washy, and then there was a couple that were really small. I'm just going to put them in the house yard. And I've makeshift this net. it's got a lot of holes in it, so I've just done my best, used a section of it that will be okay, because as you know, I've got to net everything until I get the fences up to keep the wallabies and rabbits out of here. And these are now precious because quite an expensive present. Wish it was a present. Quite an expensive lot of little plants. So it's done about half a row, about 6 meters of space, and I've got another tray coming. I'm not sure when it'll turn up, maybe tomorrow or the next day or something. Then I'll get that one in, and I've got my 2 rows of lizzies, and it's really exciting. It was actually really nice putting them in. I kind of found it a little bit therapeutic, popping them out of the trays and putting them in. It's instant gratification because you're putting in these perfect, healthy seedlings that are neatly aligned in trays, which if you've seen me plant seed trays before and seedlings, it's very haphazard. I have it all over the place just because I want to do it quick. So yeah, it was really nice. Okay, we're done. This is the beginning of plot 1, or the reimagined plot 1. So if you can imagine on this corner here, I'll have a really nice entrance gate. It'll go into this whole field. I am planning to put more dahlias along this fence line so it looks really pretty from the outside. And it'll just take me some time. Like, it'll be the bare bones this season, have all our veggies in there. And then of course plot 2 is the flowers. And I'll give you a really quick look at those in a second. But my plan is to build a really nice gate here, and then there'll be another one up here. And the plan is to make it so it's possible, if we used a little car, if we needed to bring things in and out with a trailer or something, to come all the way around. So I only need 2 gates. And the reason for just wanting 2 gates is they are the weak point. And this whole field needs to be fenced off from wallabies and rabbits. But we're also going to put the snake mesh along the bottom of the fences in the hopes we can keep the snakes out. So the more entry points, like gates and things, they're weak points, and the more chance we have of getting rabbits or snakes into our field. The snakes, for me, aren't a huge problem. It is nice to not have them there. It's more so they get stuck inside fences and then they can't get out and they get cranky. So if we can avoid that, that would be really good. But other than that, being an Australian working outside all the time in the bush, I'm actually used to snakes now. So in terms of being scared of them, I'm not really scared of them now, just aware of them. But I'll show you what I've done to plot 3. It's had another till. I think this is its third or fourth till. I'm hoping to get maybe another 2 tills in to just try to keep turning those weeds over and kill as many as I can. And then it'll be on to hand weeding. And of course, every time we till, we get in here and pull more rocks out. So that is what we'll be doing. I'm going to pull that trellis out and extend this patch to the back. So the back fence will kind of bow outwards to allow for the turning circle for this, for the little road that's going through. And so this is going to be high tunnels, well not really actually, sorry, cocoon tunnels, pumpkin patch, and I'm thinking maybe berries up the back. I might put my raspberries up the back, but it's looking really good. Really, really happy. So I'm wondering if you know what this means now. The fencing is so close to getting started. We actually plan to do that next week. Actually, I'm working all of next week, so probably the week later. The goal is to get the fencing in by the end of September so I can plant out in October. Really happy to have got the bare bones done before it rains, and I'll see you in the next video.